Primetime Wrestling World Heavyweight Championship Tournament heats up as the Magic Man takes on Cody Rice in a battle of the Playboys. And perennial fan favorite Rennie D squares off against the rising tide of Ricky Love. Next on PTW. Fans of Primetime Wrestling. We're at the Bloomington Nights here, and you can get your tickets for these live events at ptwrestling.com. I'm Mark Manto.
And I'm Donnie Colfax, and as you can see, Ricky Love is going to make his way down to the ring, and we are going to continue this championship tournament.
The Tangerine Dream, Ricky Love, is starting to amass a following around these parts here in the Midwest, and Primetime Wrestling is where Ricky Love calls his home. He is an anxious young man, and he is in that tournament, and he wants to win it all.
Kids love him, women love him. I'm still not sold on the kid.
He has shown a great deal of in-ring presence and ability. He is the Tangerine Dream.
And that one matchup you're basing that on, he was the dominant of the two competitors out of the combo of Ricky Love and his buddy Nikki Free in their handicap match against the great and downright just spit upon Billy Blaze.
That is the way some see it. The way I see it, this tournament shaping up to have quite a dramatic conclusion. Of course, we saw last time Johnson and Stallion. What's going to happen this week, Donnie?
I don't know. We got Ricky Love and Rennie D. This tournament is about to go white hot as we march towards the semifinals and eventual finals to crown a new PTW champion.
And here you see, or here you hear rather, yes, there is the man who makes up half of Body Beautiful.
Surprising to see smiles on their faces considering what's been done to them by the primetime commissioner, Lenny Lane.
Yes, Body Beautiful has had their work cut out for them. Some think that they've been bullying their way through this organization, and Lenny Lane has been doing what he can to, let's say, level the playing field.
That DDP yoga is doing them wonders. Both men are still so positive. Look at him. Smile on his face, a youthful child smile, despite the fact that Mitch Paradise has been given a blemish on his official record here in Primetime Wrestling with the loss to the likes of Nikki Free.
That's right, Nikki Free, of course, the winner in that contest. And Ricky Love anxiously awaiting the arrival of Billy Blaze. Of course, Mitch Paradise out here too. And these men, I gotta say, just Blaze and Paradise, they form quite the formidable team. They can't seem to get enough of each other.
No, and frankly, they do what they want. They will run roughshod on Primetime Wrestling if they deem it necessary, considering the past occurrences for these two.
Body Beautiful, my best friend I've ever had in my life. All you need in life is one friend. That's all you need, and I got him. I don't care about any of you clowns, you mercs, and you tards.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to take this opportunity to thank all the fans for making every event here at the Bloomington Nights bigger and bigger every time. Go online to ptwrestling.com to get your tickets and solidify yourself as part of this action-packed crowd.
Body Beautiful is here! Don't worry, kid. We're not going to beat you up tonight. We got bigger fish to fry than you.
He's obnoxious. You are too, bro. I love you. My best friend ever. But kid, we don't have to worry about it because I'm not wrestling you and you're not wrestling Mama Beautiful. We got something to say. Let me put you guys in charge of because that's where they want to be. And you still might tell yourself you're dressing ironically, but you just look stupid. You got it? So what I'm saying is, I'm not wrestling my best friend ever. I'm not wrestling you, punk. I say, to hell with this promotion.
Blaze, not a pleased individual right now.
The night the line was crossed, it looks like they've called it quits here at PTW. Oh, come on. Can the commissioner just keep his nose out of every bit of business?
Got a real foul mouth on you. So let me tell you what I'm going to do as my second job as Primetime Wrestling Commissioner. I am going to create a swear jar. Here's how it's going to work. It's going to be up to each and every one of you, each and every match, to watch closely and to make sure none of the Primetime wrestlers swear. If any of you catch one of them slipping out a bad word, I want you to report it to Laszlo, and they will be fined. $10 will be put into the swear jar.
Lenny Lane attempting to enforce some regulations here.
And in May, at the last show, however much money's in the swear jar will be auctioned off to one of the Primetime Wrestling fans. I'm trying to teach lessons around here to you, Paradise, and you, Blaze. It starts with the families. My mother used to do it to me. I got an allowance. If I said a bad word, I had to put money into a jar. I didn't get it. I'm doing the same thing here, except I'm putting it into the people's hands.
Commissioner Lane, without disrespect, giving this money to the people is a bleeping joke.
And why is it a joke? Because the people of Primetime Wrestling said tonight in the main event, it'll be Mitch Paradise versus Billy Blaze.
What?
Is that why giving the power to the people is a joke? Are you afraid of something, Mr. Paradise?
I'm not afraid of one thing in this world, but unfortunately, my doctor hasn't given me clearance to wrestle. My foot is still infected.
That ingrown toenail still causing problems.
You know, as commissioner, I'm privy to all the doctor's excuses, doctors who we use here in Primetime Wrestling, and everything else. And I talked to your doctor, Mitch, and you are cleared to wrestle today.
Mitch Paradise trying to lie his way out of the situation.
But listen, you're right. You two don't have to wrestle each other tonight. This is a free country. Everybody's got a choice. But, as you remember my first rule of the night, if you do not obey the commissioner, there will be fines and suspensions. And my word to you is, go wrestle tonight, and you guys will be suspended indefinitely from Primetime Wrestling. So I'll tell you what, put your two heads together and try to make half a brain and figure it out. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and have a wonderful night.
He is trying to destroy the self-embodiment of perfection, Body Beautiful, the dominant tag team in PTW. He is green with envy as Lenny Lane in these actions, trying to destroy these two men. The Brotherhood of Body Beautiful, it could be strained at the very least, and maybe destroyed. These fans are just sickening human beings, wanting these friends to face each other. They have been there for each other on their darkest days, and this might just be the darkest in Body Beautiful's history.
Commissioner Lenny Lane giving the fans what they want, which would be a matchup between the two members of Body Beautiful.
Don't hear him. I can't hear you.
I did not expect this.
And there you heard that if they do not participate, they will be indefinitely suspended from Primetime Wrestling. Donnie, you're shocked.
I guess we get to see what's going to happen in that main event a little bit later on, but as we were talking about at the jump of the show, it's going to be Rennie D and Ricky Love in this tournament matchup.
These two men have earned the right to move on to this semifinal matchup in the World Heavyweight Championship Tournament. As we mentioned before, it will be the Tangerine Dream already in the ring against Rennie D.
This man is a fan favorite. Everyone loves Rennie D in this audience. Up here in the booth, things are a little different, but they go nuts when they see him.
Of course, Rennie D making his presence known. And as Jim Ross might say, things are about to pick up.
Yes, they are. Whenever Rennie D gets in that ring, he's got that unique ability to kick it into that extra gear, especially in something like this. For the World Heavyweight Championship, this tournament continues, and the winner of this match takes on John Johnson.
At 220 pounds, from Fontenot Boulevard, he is Ricky Love! And his opponent, weighing in at 212 pounds from Seattle, Washington, he is Rennie D!
And of course, two absolute fan favorites here in Primetime Wrestling are going to be involved in this matchup. Should be interesting to see the unique contrast in style.
Indeed, and I mean, when we see the tournament brackets here, and again, that injustice on Mitch Paradise continues. I spoke incorrectly, I'm sorry. The winner of this Rennie D and Ricky Love matchup takes on Magic Man or Cody Rice. That matchup a little bit later.
The winner of that matchup will then go along to face John Johnson.
With the way things are going tonight, I might just lose my mind completely, Mark. Body, beautiful, forced to take on each other. Mitch Paradise takes on his best friend, Billy Blaze.
There we go, a nice show of respect there, a handshake, and it sure would be a refreshing treat to see that more often. Waistlock now by Rennie D.
This action continues right after this, folks.
Laszlo, you're late. We're never gonna make it to the show on time.
Don't worry about it. We got plenty of time. Just got to get a quick oil change at Freeway Ford, and we'll be on our way to the matches.
We don't have that kind of time.
They can do it quick and easy. Phil, good to see you, man. Hey, we need an oil change. We need it right now. Can you help us out?
Don't worry, I'll get you right in.
Fantastic. Told you so.
Bring your car to the Freeway Ford Quick Lube. For only $29.95, we will perform a checkup that includes oil and filter change, tire check, brake check, and topping off your fluids. Mention the Primetime Wrestling Aria Davari special, and with your oil change, receive a free tire rotation.
See, I told you they were fast. 1, 2, 3.
You were right. Hey, now we got time for you to shave my back.
We sure do. We sure do.
Welcome back, fans. Thanks for staying with us through the break. There's a pinfall attempt by Rennie D. Nothing doing. Ricky Love picks him up for a scoop slam. It's been nonstop action.
Unrelenting action throughout the break in this ring. These two men laying it all on the line.
And they looked at this point evenly matched up for the most part. Roll-up attempt there, 1, 2. Nothing there. Ricky Love kicking out pretty early on in the sequence. And like I just said moments ago, a nice even matchup here, Donnie.
Indeed, I was going to say I was surprised by the reaction for Ricky Love by these fans. They love him. This is only a second matchup, and somehow he's in this tournament. favorites being played, I guess. But these people are really starting to really get behind Ricky Love.
Yeah, that's why I said earlier on that even, despite it only being his second appearance, it seems like he's an absolute fan favorite at this point. Just his mannerisms and demeanor just scream to the fans, we like you and we want you to do well.
Yes, you can see the look on their faces. There's
Monkey flip there by Rennie D. Sorry, Donnie.
In my international travels across the world, I was always taken aback a bit by Japanese professional wrestling, as I called the sport over there. And that was with the quietness of the audience sometimes, and that wasn't out of disrespect or disinterest, but it was out of respect for the athletes and the competition they were witnessing. You hear that right now with these fans. They don't know who to cheer for.
Drop kick by Ricky Love, and boy, what elevation he got there. 1, 2. No, Ricky Love, following that expertly applied drop kick, is now contemplating his next maneuver. There you get a look at Wally the Beer Man, Donnie.
He's been marching around this ring throughout the night and will continue to. A staple of Minnesota sports for years, decades, is Wally the Beer Man. One of the awesome side things that you get to enjoy here at Primetime Wrestling. Attractions beyond, merchandise, and let's not forget that delicious Fat Lorenzo's pizza and a nice cold Budweiser as you take in the action of PTW.
Well said, and I could not have painted a better picture myself, Donnie. Nicely done. And of course, you can't forget the meat and potatoes of all of it, which is the action right here at the Bloomington Knights. You're seeing it being displayed and exhibited by Ricky Love and Rennie D.
That amateur background of Ricky Love is showing through there. He's trying to get that leverage. Even with that small arc, he knows he's going to be able to put a little bit more pressure.
The young man from Iowa, his whole life, all he wanted was to be a professional wrestler.
He's doing it pretty well right now for such a young rookie. Second matchup in Primetime Wrestling, and he is wrestling like it's his 20th in a lot of ways. Not too many mistakes in his first matchup and so far in his second.
And look at the position of the arm there by Rennie D. Acrobatic maneuver off the ropes, catches Ricky Love with an elbow. Love back up to his feet, takes a kick right to the mush. And that was 3, Donnie.
It was not. Even that springboard elbow was not enough to keep Ricky Love down for the 3 count. This Ricky Love, he has got a fire, and it's a fire that might spark and light a complete inferno amongst the audience because
1, 2, and an inferno in the audience, not just because of his bright red hair, but
these fans love him and respect him, and I feel that if Ricky does get over on Rennie D, a man who many would like to see be champion, I don't think there would be much animosity between Rennie or the fans towards Ricky if he were to accomplish that. 1, 2.
Absolutely not. You're right there, Donnie. And of course, you saw right before the initial contact in this matchup, the show of respect.
Holds him up for a 1.
No, he got out of that one quick. Oh, and a vicious clothesline takes down Ricky Love. Donnie, have you noticed the lightning quick pacing to this matchup?
These two have stayed on each other from the moment the
attempt.
Another pin attempt. They have stayed each other. They have not even went outside of the ring because these two men are too focused on each other.
Rennie D has him by the neck, goes for the rude awakening. That's got to do it.
At this point, it might do anything but awaken him.
That reverse neck breaker, usually utilized by taller competitors, was done very nicely by Rennie D. Has him up in a fireman's carry position.
One of the surprising things about Rennie D is he does not let his size or stature affect what he's willing to do and pull off in that ring. The sky's the limits for Rennie D.
Ricky Love with a brief explosion of offense now. Took down Rennie a couple times after a couple of shots to the head. And he has him.
Is he going for a tornado DDT?
He did. He went for it. Although Rennie D able to counter block it.
Goes for the axe handle.
DDT.
He planted him and he just spiked him right head on top of his 2. Jimmy, the ref, might want to check on Rennie, make sure he's not injured.
Right following the boot to the midsection, Ricky Love had a DDT. And Rennie D, by the looks of it, looks a bit dazed. Ricky Love is in position. He's behind him. Oh, but Rennie moved out of the way. Love crashed right into the turnbuckle.
A backstabber. This has gotten him so many victories over the years as Rennie D won with this move. 1, 2,
And that's a quick way to crush some vertebrae, Donnie. Ricky Love is now that momentum has been turned, and that offensive explosion I discussed earlier seems to be squashed at the moment.
Let's hope his youthful exuberance is enough to carry him through, and his opponent, Rennie D. But Rennie's such an expert in that ring.
Goes for the Irish whip. Although Ricky Love hung on, not this time, however. Jumps over. He caught him. Rennie has him up. And down.
It's moves like that that make him a ringmaster. 1, 2, and a 3.
That did it. Ricky Love had it knocked out of him enough. I think when his head came crashing down across the knee of Rennie, that's what may have done it there. I think we better make sure Ricky Love's okay.
Rennie D continues on in this championship tournament. He's either taking on Cody Rice or Richfield's favorite son, Magic Man.
I gotta say, Donnie, following this matchup, I like the chances that Rennie D has. I gotta hand it to Ricky Love, though. He gave it his all. And there you see the show of appreciation and respect once more by Rennie D.
Here you see the tournament brackets. They're getting white hot. This place is about to melt because the championship tournament marches on. But unfortunately, we still have that dark cloud of what could be the demise of Body Beautiful ahead of us.
Still to come, the much anticipated matchup, Mitch Paradise, Billy Blaze, the Battle of Body Beautiful. And up next, the Magic Man versus Cody Rice in the next matchup in this championship tournament. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. In the ring now, you see the Magic Man. He's got a matchup here.
It is for the Primetime Wrestling World Heavyweight Championship Tournament. The winner goes on to take on Rennie D.
I've earned this seat.
And Cody Rice is relaxing for the moment.
See, Wally, I didn't even see him come out. He must have, maybe he was there the whole time, but I didn't see Cody.
Well, Cody Rice taking exception now to something that Laszlo said in the ring, almost plowed right into Wally the Beer Man.
Disrespecting the Minnesota legend.
I don't think Cody Rice possesses a huge amount of respect for just about anyone in there except himself, to be quite honest.
Wally wants some action, as do you and I in this championship tournament bout.
I don't know if you've done your research. I don't know if you get your information. But this morning, I ate my breakfast, I had my morning workout, and I weighed myself. I looked at that scale, and I saw those three beautiful numbers. 195 pounds.
195 pounds?
with him this morning on his scale? Take the man at his word until he shows you otherwise, Mark. Do as you would do for everyone else.
I just find it hard to believe.
I'm sitting here with the Minnesota legend who's been carrying beer around for many, many years. So he knows about weight and how much things weigh. What are your thoughts on 198 pounds, Wally?
He's kidding everybody at all. I've got 195 pounds worth of beer right here. Take a look at him. Huh? That's 305 pounds if you ever seen a pound. Now get in there and wrestle, will ya?
Wally the beer man, a bit of a comedian.
Indeed.
Holy.
And I don't think Cody Rice is happy to hear that one. As the Magic Man took a pre-match warm-up sip, it looked like.
Taking one out of the playbooks of John Johnson, a man who is leading this.
Well, I might suggest it might take an extra shot or two of courage to face the likes of Cody Rice.
Some of you beer, if you want to chant for a real man, for a beautiful man, you'll chant for me. You'll chant Cody,
Cody, Cody. That's what these fans should be chanting. The man who,
Will you sit down?
despite his beauty, despite his good looks and his physique, Cody Rice is willing to risk it all for championship gold, for prime. That is something I view as commendable.
Donnie, I had no idea you were such a Cody Rice fan. How can you not want to see Richfield's favorite son, the Magic Man, advance? This man is renowned around these parts. How could you possibly want a liar like Cody Rice to represent this company?
Richfield's
Here,
favorite son.
the reasons are very simple, Mark.
195 pounds.
If we could get those,
He is Magic.
to get the guys in the truck to put up the graphics, but they won't for me, only you. The point is that the Magic Man is in this matchup without once facing any other competitors. Oh, thanks, guys. A little late, but at least it got here. As you can see, Magic Man got the bye to take on Cody Rice. Lucky him. Convenient. That's why I'm not picking him, because unlike Mr. Rice, the Husky Heartthrob has earned his spot to earn an opportunity at championship gold. Magic Man, he does what many of his friends and he does best. Weasel his way into a spot he hasn't earned.
The Magic Man, if you ask anyone in this crowd, has earned that and then some here in Primetime Wrestling. And I've got a bad sinking feeling that, I was hoping he wasn't going to do this. This grotesque display by, I can't even.
What's not to look at? The physique now glistening of Cody Rice. It is majestic in its beauty and perfection. If Body Beautiful could become some type of faction with three men, if there was room for the heart of Cody Rice in Body Beautiful, but with that dark cloud over it, nothing like that could happen. But Cody Rice is the one man in PTW who even has a shot at becoming a part of the perfection of Body Beautiful.
That remains to be seen. I think, though, at the moment, Cody Rice's only concentration is getting past the Magic Man and potentially moving on here in this tournament, although he's going to have no easy task in front of him.
That would be the smart thing for him to do, and I'm sorry if I can't, but knowing that Lenny Lane's vindictive nature is allowed to pull out and reap into another victim his fangs as he lays in the venom, because he tries to split up the most dominant tag team in PTW history by pitting those two against each other. It's tearing my heart apart.
It is, and indeed, it looks like the Magic Man is tearing the shoulder apart of Cody Rice now. These two men with a storied past.
I'll try to collect myself and maintain my professionalism and call this matchup. Cody Rice attempting a kip up, but it looks like Magic Man is wrenching a little bit too hard on his wrist. He doesn't want to break it. Cody Rice is smart enough to know that.
Cody Rice shifts
There you
his
go.
weight. Nice kip up there by Cody Rice, using the rope as assistance leverage.
I didn't see that, but I saw an expertly done kip up and a nice elbow following it up.
The elbow takes down the Magic Man. He splashes down to the canvas like a lump.
Reversal, under, and another. Come on, Cody, you gotta.
And yet another. The Magic Man gets out of the way, and Cody Rice, his momentum, his vast earthly momentum, keeps carrying him from rope to rope. And
I don't know what you're talking about. The Cody Rice is just a very focused individual. He's like a freight train.
Not since the heyday of Ric Flair have I seen such cardio. And a hip toss there. Look at the strength of the Magic Man. No ordinary man could hip toss 195 pounds.
There you go. Call it as he said it until proven otherwise. You got to get a scale in front of me, him, and you to prove to me that it's anything other than what Cody Rice is saying.
Cody Rice taking a breather on the outside, trying to get some air into those lungs.
Look at that face. Could a face like that lie? Absolutely not.
Cody Rice
asking for some compassion, a little heart.
And it looks like the Magic Man, at least for the moment, will oblige. The Magic Man is certainly no rule breaker. He's going to give Cody Rice what he wants, and that's a couple moments of breathing room here.
He may not break the rules, but he sure bends them like we saw in that push-up competition.
Now here's
and other matches with the Magic Man.
Another chance to rub oil on himself. That's not. Is he hoping that's going to increase the air he's getting? I mean, what is the purpose
that really
of?
opens up that nasal passage.
It looks almost as if it's giving him a second wind, Donnie.
I don't know what that is exactly. Perhaps it's Vicks Vapor Rub. He might have a cold. It is winter in Minnesota. And if you can't get air into your lungs, you can't be at your top. And if you're not at your top, there's no way you can climb that mountain and become the man in PTW.
Cody Rice just hung up the Magic Man on that top rope. The Magic Man now is clutching at his throat. And that may look innocent enough on the outside, but that is a devastating maneuver, getting your larynx and your trachea crushed over that top rope.
That should end the match up pretty quickly if done correctly.
Snapmare takeover.
Intent. He follows it up though, right around that throat. And look at the interlocked fingers on the hands of Cody Rice, a true technician.
Nice observation, Donnie, and I gotta say, for a big man, Cody Rice does move around with great agility and ease around that ring. The Magic Man trying to get out of it with a couple of elbows, nothing going on there. As Cody Rice just violently wrestled him down to the canvas, quite literally.
Couple of boots keep him down.
The Magic Man, he seems to have countered into an elbow of his own.
And another
staggers Cody Rice with a forearm shot right to the midsection. Stop that momentum. Cody Rice now has the Magic Man against the ropes and a big boot. Cody Rice.
Oh, a leg drop, a massive leg drop right on the throat. 1, 2, and a 3.
Can you imagine all that weight crashing down on the throat, Donnie?
Yes, 195 pounds concentrated on your throat will surely take it out of you.
Especially if it's 195 and then some.
Will you give me a moment to speak here for the last minute mark? It looks like Cody Rice has been keeping the oxygen out of the Magic Man, repeatedly hitting the breadbasket, that leg drop. I think if Cody Rice would have let the Magic Man out of that corner, he'd fall flat on his face, and Cody, if he was smart, he'd get a 3 count real easy.
Cody Rice using his sizable frame to systematically drive the wind repeatedly out of the Magic Man. And it's just a matter of time now as he's pulling that bow tie out.
If by sizable you mean expertly crafted physique, yes, Cody Rice is like the Michelangelo of professional wrestling. He is our David. What it means to be a man, Cody Rice embodies all of it.
Not during this sequence, however, as the Magic Man is doing everything he can to turn the tide. Drop kick, and now he goes for the sunset flip. Cody Rice, too big to move out of the way, tries to fall right down on him on the chest, but Magic Man just a bit too quick. And the Magic now has a second wind, and he's got a fire about him. What's he gonna do from the top rope here?
He's gonna go high risk reward and him.
Missile drop kick. That's one way to take down the big Cody Rice. 1, 2, 3. No. Rice.
His foot was on the rope. You see it right there. You see his foot on the rope. Clearly.
Right, yes,
clearly on the rope, Mark.
He had his foot on the rope. That is true.
Don't try and overlook such things. Do your job.
The Magic Man going back to the attack. Going to continue this offense. Went for a running bulldog. Countered. Rolls him up. 1, 2, 3. Wait a second, though. I think Cody Rice may have had his legs up on that second rope.
I didn't see anything like that. The only thing I see right now is Cody Rice gets to take on Rennie D
The winner of that match will be taking on either John Johnson or the Black Stallion.
Yes, the Black Stallion who got that bye after winning that wild card matchup despite Ari Davari.
Coming up next, Paradise, Blaze. Could it be the battle of the century? This is primetime wrestling.
The attempted assassination of Body Beautiful is what it is.
What's shaking, Mr. Rice?
Big show, big appetite.
The regular pre-show for Lorenzo's meatball hoagie?
That's right. Have the cook throw an extra meatball on there for me. I have a big match tonight.
Hoagie for you, Mr. Blaze?
Does it look like this body eats hoagies?
Can I get your salad?
Biggest salad you got.
I'm Cody Rice, and you may know me as the Husky Heartthrob from Primetime Wrestling. Before every show, I have a little appetite, so I head to the Bloomington Fat Lorenzo's for a meatball hoagie.
Welcome back to Primetime Wrestling.
And welcome to the matchup we thought we would never see as Billy Blaze makes that step to what could be the end of Body Beautiful. He has to take on his best friend, Mitch Paradise, because of our crazy, fan-favoring commissioner, Lenny Lane, a man who I feel should not be running this, should not have anything to do with Primetime Wrestling.
Well, I can say one thing, and that's the smile and the good-hearted look on the face of Billy Blaze cannot be said for him anymore. He does not seem to have that joyful demeanor he had when we started off this evening.
How could he? He is now being forced into something that no one should ever be forced to do, especially when you love them that much, and that's fight your family, your brother. That's what they are, they're brothers.
Billy Blaze, Mitch Paradise, is this, did we ever think that we'd see this?
Never, never.
And ladies and gentlemen, Primetime Wrestling tonight is brought to you by Budweiser, who'd like to remind you, responsibility matters. And Freeway Ford Bloomington, it's your way at Freeway. Visit freewayford.net. And Fat Lorenzo's, pizza, pasta, hoagies, Italian in a big way.
Well done, Mark. And I gotta give the same to Billy Blaze, still giving the fans the show they came to see.
I don't know what I'm about to see, Donnie. A matchup between Mitch Paradise and Billy Blaze. That's like hawk against animal. That's like the Freebirds going at it.
This is official, folks. He's making his way. This is a changing of the guard in many ways.
And what must be going through the mind of Mitch Paradise and Billy Blaze? And these two men know each other so well, but have never fought each other against each other, shall I say. What could they possibly be thinking?
I'll tell you what they're thinking, because I'm such good friends with both of these amazing individuals. And that is that they're crestfallen. I've been receiving several texts from both men, irate in many ways that they're being forced into this. and saddened that it's come to this because of one man and these fans.
I'm not sure if they're going to be able to put their friendship aside. I'm not sure if this is going to affect their friendship. I'm not sure what the implications of this, and that's quite honestly been the word of the night here. What are the implications going to be when these two men square off against each other? Are we going to find out who is the better man?
Quit riding my coattails, Mark. That's what you're doing with that. I said that earlier. We all know this is going to be amazing competition. Eddie Sharkey trained Billy Blaze, Mitch Paradise, and Lenny Lane. These men know each other like the back of their hands.
At 222 pounds, from Las Vegas, Nevada, he is Billy Blaze!
Billy Blaze has some fans. Wally the Beer Man, probably one of them, because he is a fan of sports.
And his opponent, weighing in at 270 pounds, also from Las Vegas, Nevada, he is Mitch Paradise!
Impressive physique of his own is on the frame of Mitch Paradise. Size advantage, of course, is going to go to Paradise in this match.
Unique in both their own ways, but perfection defines both of these men. I don't even know what happens when these two collide in the ring. When they actually lock up, it might be like when antimatter touches matter. It's just the ceasing of existence. Everything stops. Is that what we're going to see here in the Bloomington Night? Will the world stop spinning when Body Beautiful are forced to face each other?
Indeed, it may be a case of the day the earth stood still here. Of course, referee PJ Thorne is going to check out both competitors. You know, I think Billy Blaze might have the advantage when it comes to deviousness and using mind games.
I will agree with you in that, Mark. Knowing both men as well as I do, I don't want to put labels on them because they're, again, as I said, unique individuals, beautiful in their own rights, both of them. But the muscle has always been a little bit more in favor of Mitch Paradise with his size advantage.
And there you see now just what I just mentioned, a bit of the devious nature of Blaze, attempting
Stretching.
to...
But look at that physique of Billy Blaze, just as incredible, just as... It's almost heart-stopping, I'm sure, for a lot of the women watching this. He is what it is to be a man, as Mitch Paradise is as well.
Ask Billy Blaze that, and I'm sure that's the answer he will give you. Mitch Paradise eagerly awaiting Blaze to enter the ring. Paradise, a vicious competitor, if I've ever seen one. A man who, throughout the years, has had eyes from all of the big leagues in the Northeast and down south. Mitch Paradise is not a man to be fooled with, and I'm not so sure that Billy Blaze is doing the wise thing. He might actually be angering Mitch Paradise right now.
Billy Blaze, as you were saying, is a master in that ring when it comes to the mind games. He was trained by Eddie Sharkey and Brad Ringans. He was taught all the ropes, all the parlor tricks that is necessary to do whatever it takes to come out on top in matchups where sometimes, often here in PTW for Billy Blaze, it's stacked against you. The deck is clearly stacked against him and his friend now, as he's got to fight him.
It would seem that we're getting ever so closer to the moment of truth, but just as I said that, of course, that's Murphy's Law for you. That's when Billy Blaze decides to step out again.
They may be perfectly in sync most of the time, but there's differences in the two. You said there was an eagerness on Mitch Paradise's face, and I see that, but I think it's because he just wants this matchup to end and have it be done with.
Blaze.
Oh, just pushes down Mitch Paradise.
What in
1, 2, 3.
What in the world?
You clearly saw it.
What in the hell was that?
I've been hearing a lot of the kung fu and karate training that Billy's been doing. He must have learned the 1-inch punch that was made famous by Bruce Lee.
This is disgusting.
Hey! I'm not going to allow you two clowns to do the people of primetime wrestling like that. In fact, I think this is time for fines and suspension.
Lenny Lane is not going to allow this display.
You know, I hate to be a stooge here, a tattletale, but let me remind you two meatheads who put Body Beautiful together. It was me, Lenny Lane. And you know what I got for it? I got each and every one of you complaining about having to work with the other.
His true colors come out. Lenny Lane's a bodyist.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Billy, do you remember what you said about Mitch? You said he was perfect and impressive until he moved. What?
Whoa.
That is not true. That is not true.
Whoa.
Hearsay and conjecture.
Mitch, you're not getting off so easy here. Do you remember what you said about Billy?
Planting seeds of dissent.
You said he looked like a Greek statue. That's right. He does look like one too.
It sounds like there's acrimony amongst the ranks here of Body Beautiful.
Downright lies being perpetrated. They fought. What are these people, bloodthirsty? These two men gave it their all. Mitch Paradise is lucky to be able to stand after receiving that devastating one-inch punch.
Oh no, here comes the shoves. Paradise responds in kind. Charges after Blaze.
But Blaze counters and ducks it. Now he's got that advantage.
I think things just got really going here.
Things might just heat up even more so than they did at that amazing conclusion of the first part of this matchup. Apparently it's 2 out of 3 falls now.
I'll agree with you, Donnie. It seems like Lenny Lane took great pleasure in stirring up that pot there.
And flying by the seat of his pants as commissioner is definitely something he's guilty of.
Blaze reverses, hammerlock of his own.
He did wait until the matchup was done before interjecting himself, unlike last time, so at least he waited till the bell tolled in that one.
Huge clothesline by Paradise.
Speaking of bells, Billy just got his wrong.
And I think now this crowd is behind Paradise. A big turn of events here as soon as Lenny Lane made his presence be felt. He would not allow the wool to be pulled over the eyes, so to speak, of the primetime wrestling fans. He would not allow the half-hearted pinfall attempt there.
Call this what this is. This is a defining moment in primetime wrestling.
Oh, in the back of the head of Paradise. Just ricocheted off that turnbuckle.
By any means necessary.
Donnie.
Billy Blaze is a believer in that. And look how far it's gotten him.
Well, hold on, though. Mitch Paradise could have some
He's
sort of
almost in
concussion.
tears. The man is almost in tears having to beat up his friend. Show your compassion. Look at him. He is heartbroken.
What's Blaze gonna do here? He's gonna kick him right in the... No! Unique maneuver there. Almost a bit of a leg corkscrew of sorts.
Twisting the knee of... But he's got to get Paradise down. He cannot let Paradise maintain that height advantage.
Come on, get this.
And for those who just joined us, this matchup is back on.
Oh, if you just joined us, you got to witness more unbiased officiating and commissioning by Lenny Lane.
Blaze just kicked that chair right out of those ring steps right out of his way. His arm is now tied up in the ropes.
It didn't take too long for him as commissioner to show his true colors, being such a bodyist and singling out these two perfect specimens.
A bodyist? Would you please? What is Webster's definition of bodyist?
It means that he is He is envious of everything that Body Beautiful represents, especially when it comes to their physiques, their diets, their exercising routines, their lifestyle.
Well, I don't think envy is playing any part into it right now between these two men. I think it's a simple, impulsive reaction to what happened, and now it has evolved into a pure contest. I think.
1, 2. Calm down there, Mark. I think you're a little envious too green at the gill because you don't have something as powerful as Billy Blaze like that 1-inch punch, which pretty much ended our main event. But somehow now we have a second with these competitors who've already they've competed in a matchup already tonight.
I think these two men are very eager to show each other who is the better competitor, who is the true alpha male in Body Beautiful.
And why is that? Is that because they were goaded with lies, with downright lies, untruths by our commissioner about things they had said about each other? I've never heard those. I didn't see them written.
And now Paradise takes down Blaze with a beautiful fall-away slam. I thought maybe he was going to go into a backbreaker combination there, but he went right ahead for that fall-away slam. Goes for the pin. 1, 2.
Shades of Razor Ramon, Scott Hall. done just as perfectly. The technique of both men, as always, perfect.
These two men jockeying for position now in this matchup. Headbutt has Blaze reeling, and look, his eyes have just crossed. Kick right to the side, but Blaze seems to know where he is despite the confusion. He tries to send Paradise for a ride, but Paradise stops the momentum.
Now, to be fair, I have to say that we all know, we saw it last time here on Primetime Wrestling, that Billy Blaze was involved in that unfortunate handicap match due, well, to the ingrown toenail of Mitch Paradise not fully being healed. And for some reason, Lenny Lane took it upon himself to 1, 2. Mitch Paradise is being forced now to fight 2.
Did that do it? That did it!
Out of nowhere, a 3 count. No dispute now, 2 in a row.
Donnie, I didn't quite see what was happening there. You were right in the middle of an excellent point, and before lightning could flash before our eyes, this matchup's over.
But the real question after this matchup is, does the bond between Mitch Paradise and Billy Blaze is it still as strong despite the lies, the manipulations of our commissioner? Trying to break apart the most dominant tag team. He couldn't do it. The love is still there between these brothers.
These two men have just went through incredible lengths. What an outstanding matchup. Billy Blaze has something to say.
Look down, because I'm having a private moment.
Private moment indeed.
An incredible victory for Billy Blaze.
That moment, but you couldn't break up body beautiful. And Lenny Lane, if you weren't hiding from your neck injury, I kicked your butt myself. Right now.
Yeah, who's hiding from the injuries, Lenny? Who's in the ring and just competed, huh? Mitch Paradise competed in that squared circle with his best friend.
Oh, what is going to happen here? Lenny Lane has removed his spectacles.
See that bodyist mentality of him, that envy coming through as he takes off the tie. Is this how you want your commissioner to act?
I think Lenny Lane's emotions might be getting away from him here. I mean, that was an expensive tie that he just discarded.
He's letting these fans get in his head is what he's doing. They're all chanting for it.
Lenny, you better be careful. You've got one of the most lethal duos there is in professional wrestling today, standing right there.
I feel like I'm in a time machine. I've gone through one, and I'm in the Roman Coliseum with these bloodthirsty fans, already seeing both those men compete in a matchup twice. And now they want Lenny Lane involved. Just bloodthirsty, disgusting human beings. I don't even know if I'd call them that.
Lenny Lane is getting into the ring. He's going after Blaze. He clubbed Blaze right in the back. And he drove his head right into the turnbuckle.
Who's doing it? Who's doing it? Our commissioner, a non-active wrestler, a man who's here to officiate, not for in-ring competition anymore.
Look at this, Donnie. He's gonna.
That son of a, he played possum on all of us.
The walls of Lane. Billy Blaze is screaming in agony. He blocks Paradise's attempt. And now he's gonna do it again.
Look at you. You are beaming from ear to ear. You're smiling. You can barely contain
Absolutely.
yourself.
Body beautiful is
There we go.
No. And now it's going to be a mugging. I can just feel it.
Maybe it's time for Mr. Lane to feel some of the heartache, some of the pain that both of those men, and you can see it on the eyes earlier, Billy Blaze had felt, knowing he had to fight his friend and possibly lose him forever. What?
Billy Blaze just choked the life out of Lenny Lane, and now he hands the baton off to Mitch Paradise.
I don't know what I would do if I were to lose
Here
Body
comes
Beautiful.
the chair. Here comes the chair, Donnie. No, oh God. What in the hell are they gonna do? He has positioned the arm of Lenny Lane in that chair. He's gonna break his arm. Donnie, he's gonna break his arm. No, someone get out here and stop this.
I wish I could be outraged like you, Mark, but you know.
Someone, oh God.
Right there, Mark.
Oh God.
Right there is justice. An eye for Oh, come on!
And now comes the cavalry, but it might be too late. Commissioner Lenny Lane, I'm pretty sure I heard a bone snap.
Lenny Lane plays the number games again.
This is sick.
All of his little buddies, all those who are willing to go hang out with them before and after the show.
And now watch this again. Oh, God.
You see it there. Right on. Let's see it one more time.
You can hear it.
You can hear the snap.
And Paradise and Blaze, they're gonna go have a beer and laugh about this. Disgusting.
No, you know what this is? This is justice. All the injustice in primetime wrestling. Ari Daivari being stripped of his opportunity and then being smacked in the face after being given a second one. And now Lenny Lane acting on roughshod, making up matches, forcing handicap matches. This place has gone insane. And you know what? The actions of Body Beautiful right now on Lenny Lane were and will forever be completely justified. He got in there. He wanted to compete. That's what you get, Lenny Lane.
Lenny Lane writhing in agony, being helped to his feet. And I gotta tell you, Donnie, the fact that he's even on his feet right now speaks enormously about this man's character and his integrity.
Or lack thereof, and along with all these bloodthirsty wrestling
Come
fans.
on, give the man his due.
He got his due. He just got it. I wish I would shed a tear.
What he got was viciously attacked.
He'll only get crocodile tears from me and Mitch Paradise and Billy Blaze.
What a night of wrestling action, folks. Thanks so much for being with us. We will see you next time at Prime Time Wrestling.